now doing the waiting game.
I went with the party and invite only. Oh, you hear me good?
Good call. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. That's not even okay. All right. Why did he? All right. So I do see people in chat in the viewers or whatever. So I will start this. Good evening after everyone. I want to say good night, but that's goodbye. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a Masters game between Farside and Dire. I just unplugged my mic by accident. All right. It is between Farside and Dire. I'm your host tonight, Loopy, and my co-host, Beach. Say hi to the people.
Hello. I do agree though. It does feel like a good night. It's kind of slow today. Not gonna
Yeah, absolutely. So we are playing on Bank today, as everyone just saw me, like. Everyone just saw me change the map. So we have FG starting on attack, and we have Dire starting on defense. What are you expecting to see? What are you expecting to see?
Well, personally, I have played against both teams, and I know that these teams have a lot of game sense combined, and they love to capitalize on like missed positions. If the other team makes a mistake, they'll definitely capitalize on it and just make sure that they win the round. So look out for any mistakes made by one team. Definitely hurt them in the long.
No, I definitely. So you expecting to see like an even match? You know, like 3-3 split or 4-2? Like what are you expecting to see sort of just from the balance of these teams?
Well, when it comes to Bank, it's one of the more attacker-sided maps in the competitive map pool.
I
So I
agree, but
might expect like a 4-2 attack split maybe from both sides.
oh, so you're expecting a tie? So you're straight up expecting a tie?
I mean, If that's what it boils down to, then yes, tie
See,
is in play.
Ty absolutely is in play. I see. I was thinking because Bank, like you said, it is attacker favored, and I definitely agree with that. But there is because of sort of the size of Bank, depending on how well the defending team starting out for Dire, but obviously it will swap to FG. Depending on how well the defenders can sort of like use that large map to their advantage, uh, then we could absolutely see that swing into the other direction. This, I mean, Bank, it's an old map, considering that it's
Yeah,
a base map. I think Bank has sort of always lived or died by the roamers. I think that's never changed. I think that's just sort of always been true. And that's why you see a lot of times things like jackal bands, lion bands, etc., or echo bands, because echo can help out echo can help out roamers. Lion and jackal can track the roamers. You sort of see a lot of bands focus around that, and or to slow down, or the bands usually to slow down the progression towards the site, because obviously the slower you progress towards the site, the more time the more time the roamers have to play with, and you see a lot of that just sort of delaying and stalling, or trying to keep them moving, try to keep them on the third floor if they're defending the basement. And so I think that we're gonna have to keep a close eye on the roamers tonight.
yeah, definitely. The roamers are going to play a big part in the outcomes of rounds. There is some strats for Locker CC that you could possibly hunker down and have 5 on site, maybe 4 on site, and 1 roamer, because that site normally is I would say, server-sided push, most likely, so you need to have a lot of people on site for that. But we'll see. Roamers definitely could sway the outcome of this game.
So because of the Ella shotgun nerf, right? We are now way past that. Do you think that the whole Ella shotgun defending server stairs is still a viable strategy, or do you think that that's sort of fallen off, or do you think it's not really affected? Do you think it's still good? Like, what do you think of that strategy in specifically? Because I know for a long time that was definitely the go-to strategy, because it was so hard to get that Ella off that staircase.
Yeah, especially with a lot of deny on the ADSs and the Gersmont mines. I think the Ela shot could possibly still be very strong in that position, but any shotgun really there, placed there, as long as you have the reaction time to hit the shot, it should be just an easy peasy kill for any
Right.
shotgun really.
And
So
actually,
I would say Ela shotgun would be that
this
effective.
just dawned on me as well. Also, a lot of times you put a shield at the top of those stairs. We do now have the slits in the shield. That is also new to Season 2 of
Oh yeah,
Collective. So I think that, because I know way back in Season 1, Bank, pretty much every time Bank was played, at least one team for one round busted out that strategy, pretty much. So it was a very popular strategy in Collective for Season 1, but things have evolved since Season 1, obviously. It's the nature of
it's been a
Siege.
long time.
In the nature of Siege. So it's just interesting to sort of I'm curious to see sort of these kind of tried and true strategies from Collective Season 1, how they'll sort of do in our now modern sense.
Yeah, like you said, strategies evolve over time, big time in Siege. Like just right now, I was watching G2. I think shoot, they were playing Rogue, and it was brought to light to me of one of my friends that they bandage trick in a very optimal way, to where how in Clubhouse people love going below and getting rid of that bandage trick on CC wall.
Oh yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
the thing G2 would do was stay away from that, kill from below, and make sure they have 5 on site, or not 5 on site, but 5 alive, so that bandit doesn't fall early. So just things like that, The game evolves a lot, and people figure out new things to do.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely an interesting. It's definitely the interesting and fluidity of Siege, and it's probably, I don't know about anyone else, but at least it's my personal favorite thing about Siege. It's just the fluidity of it. Everything is so just. Oh yeah, 1 week this strategy works and it's amazing and it's the most game-breaking thing or whatever,
Yeah.
and then the next week it's just yeet, it's gone. Something gets nerfed,
Yeah, people
something
figure out.
else, yeah, something gets nerfed, something gets found out, an angle gets discovered, and literally overnight, a strategy just becomes unviable, or vice
Yep.
versa. An angle is discovered, and all of a sudden, a strategy becomes viable, and it's crazy. And on these maps like Bank or Clubhouse, which I know Clubhouse got a little face pull a while back, but still, even these OG maps we're still discovering new things on, and that's just insane to think about. We're still discovering new things about. I don't know any other game that sort of has that kind of ingenuity.
Yeah, it's really man, I don't know what to. Like, there's nothing really I can think of that I could compare it to. It's just a lot of moving parts and changing strategies every
it's
week.
it's really funny because because I obviously am a caster, I'm on F6, all of these things, whatever. So people, whenever I talk to people about this and collective and whatnot, sometimes I get the question of like, well, is Siege hard to get into? And I'm sort of just sitting here with like this mountain of knowledge, and I'm just sort of like, how do I describe
Yeah.
this?
There's no easy way to answer that.
We're playing 4D chess in we're playing 4-dimensional chess in 5 dimensions.
Yep.
So back to sort of the topic in front of us, Bank bans. What are you thinking? What are you feeling?
Ooh, that is a very good question because it all boils down to what a team likes to do on attack and defense. Um, so we might see some, what's the word for it? Common bans this game, like a Jackal, possibly. Like you said, the roamer presence on Bank, it is huge. So maybe people would look to get rid of the Jackal, so they can open up their roam game. Um, Abana, because that downstairs hold is just crazy hard. If there's 3 hard breachers on the board, so maybe an Abana. And for defense, Echo, Mira. Just the necessities.
I definitely agree with the Echo and the Jackal. The Habana, I know what you're saying, but I think it'd be more interesting to see a Maverick ban, because Habana,
Maverick.
for the most part, Habana is really only super influential on the one site downstairs. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying she's not good on other sites, but she's definitely a powerhouse on that bottom floor site. Whereas Maverick sort of can be a powerhouse on pretty much any of the sites if he gets into the right if he gets into the right positions. Same thing with Thermite. If you get the right walls open, then some defenses can really just crumble. So whereas Habana on this map specifically is only really a powerhouse on the one map, I feel like you'd get a little bit, your utility would stretch, or your ban would stretch a little bit further into the Maverick or the Thermite territory. But if you do struggle with that downstairs hold, and you struggle with that downstairs hold, and like you said, maybe they have a 5-man on site strategy, then the Habana ban definitely makes sense. And I think that comes down to what, like you always said, that comes down to how the teams want to play.
Yep. That's what I was about to get to. It depends on whether the team will rather defend against an Habana good or a Maverick. It's just all based on preference.
I mean, for all we know, we might see both of them off the board.
I mean, we did see Crazy last week. We have seen Crazy so far in Season 2.
We have. I've seen some interesting bands on the board.
Anything's possible.
I don't know if you remember, but I still remember. I can't remember what match it was, but I was watching Pro League one day, and all of a sudden it was like, Thermite ban. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And this was before Maverick, and then the next ban all of a sudden was like Cabana, and I was just sitting, I was like, I'm sorry, what? It's like okay. That's an interesting development.
Yeah, sometimes teams can get hard set on, we're banning this operator no matter what, and it sometimes results in crazy situations like that.
Right. So, another ban that I might see because of the like we were talking about, like you can really sort of defend any site from any floor. You can defend the third, the bottom floor from the third floor. You can defend the third floor from the bottom floor, etc., etc. The other thing that we might see a ban of is Thatcher, because Thatcher's EMP grenade obviously does not. Walls mean nothing. Walls mean nothing, and that also implies floors. So you might, if you throw an EMP in the right place, you might accidentally hit a vigil, and all of a sudden his gadget doesn't work. And he's much easier to drone. Or you're not sure if he's on the second or the third floor, so you might throw an EMP grenade sort of in his general area, and it'll hit him. So on and so forth. I definitely think it's an interesting, definitely an interesting concept.
Yeah, Thatcher ban has been increasingly been more popular as the season's gone along. A lot of denial for Thatcher. He can pretty much just wipe out any electronic on the board. So I can see why people aren't hesitant to ban him, because, I mean, he's just got all the power in the world. You can take out Black Eyes, you can take out...
no, he can't take out Black Eyes. He disables now. He disables
he disables them for 10 seconds, yes. But I mean, it's also, like, it can give you a lot of intel as to where Black Eyes are. That's what I meant to say. It's also the same for Echo Drones as well.
Right.
And disables them for a little bit.
As you can see, we are going to start, and I am interested to see these bans. I definitely know FG has had some unique bans in the past, but they've always banned with purpose. They've always banned with purpose, and I've always loved trying to decipher their bans. Montaigne. We forgot about the Montaigne. So powerful on bank. So unbelievably powerful on bank. Getting rid of those roamers, pushing the site. Very good ban by the defending team. Get rid of that. And there's that Thatcher ban we were talking about. That will leave all 3 hard breachers on the board. Now that I was not expecting.
Oof. Yeah, the Montaigne ban, they don't like the turtle plant and CC lockers, excuse me. And as they do ban Mira as well.
You called that one.
A lot of bans in mind of the Arsenal site, or the CC Locker site. Jeez, I keep getting my mouse.
I know what you mean. And the Kaid. I did think about the Kaid, but I wasn't so sure but he did get that radius buff, so he's probably better on some of these other sites where, like, for example, in Archives, now you can hit those 3 walls with 1 Kaid charge. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So that actually does make sense, and I think that more is keeping in mind the radius increase. And we will see a Goyo first round. I am very excited about Goyo and a Frost. Very interesting choices. Jackal did make it through the ban phase today, so he will be making an appearance, and I'm almost certain we'll see him every single round. Almost certain.
Yep. A lot of people know Monkey loves his Jackal.
Oh, absolutely. Frost will 6-pick to Pulse, so that is no Frost play today. Goodbye, best girl. You can't convince me otherwise. Frost is best girl. Or elite. Ooh. Oh, wait.
Defenders,
hold on.
your bombs
Correct
from
me
being
if I'm
defused by attackers.
wrong, but... Okay, never mind, I am wrong. For whatever reason, I thought I saw the elite on Valkyrie, but I am wrong. So thankfully I am wrong.
Alright, so, very quickly, before the game officially, the action phase starts, I'd like to see everyone's predictions in the chat. I did see the prediction poll that 84% Farside favoritism, so if we could just get some last-minute predictions in, that'd be cool.
10 seconds to go.
Anyway, now that that's out of the way, we do have Locker CC poll, as they are reinforcing server hatch, so are you expecting a lot of server hold?
So, I definitely... And we are seeing the Jaeger ADS here, so I'm curious on who's gonna hold it though. That is my question. Jaeger going for a peek? Nope. Okay. I thought he might have been doing the old rush out, and it looks like they're going to do a top floor clear. Oh, the camera won't go any further left. That's weird. Ooh, IQ being very, very forward with that push, and Zofia also wasting no time. Skywalker.
These attackers must have seen
Skywalker droning. really good drone vigilance. It seems they had good drone placement and just know what's clear and what's not, at least at the beginning of the game. And it does look like it is going to be that 5-man turtle downstairs that we talked about. More of a rarer strategy, but still very viable. Some old footprints popping up. Don't want to waste a jackal. Oh, he will actually use a jackal scan on that. And who did he catch? Caught the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie under some pressure now. She's going to be holding the stairs, but does not have a shotgun. And there will be ADSs there. That is a Goyo shield now used. Great camera. Very strong server presence. And we do have Goyo with the shotgun DMR holding Garage. Ooh, and that will be some damage from Pulse onto the Jackal. Nomad putting down her gadget, stopping up, and he rotates. That actually looks like it might be misplaced slightly. It might not catch a defender, honestly. But that is, we'll have to see. That will be Valkyrie taken out. That'll be 2 taken out, and that'll also, but Jaeger will trade 1 back. No, he can't finish. But he will get the IQ. But he doesn't expect. Okay, he doesn't know the third one's there, but he will back off. Zofia is up. She is back. Thermite just opening up one of the hatches. And that is 1 down in the garage by the Goyo DMR.
Yeah, right now we're at a 3v3 stalemate here with 2 in blue from the attackers. Jaeger's holding this tight angle, but maybe the attackers know where he is. Yep, they are tuning him out. Ooh, Jaeger looks like he sustained some damage there, but oh, beautiful kill there as Jaeger does get traded off. And now the attackers have server control.
That is huge for the attackers, but it is a 2v2, and they still have all 3 smoke canisters to go through, and only 30 seconds left of the clock. He could smoke this out for the whole round. Each smoke grenade is 10 seconds. He can smoke this out for the rest of the round. The attackers have to push in super deep to get this plant off. And with Goyo holding with an ACOG, that should be a very hard task to pull off.
15 seconds remaining.
There, she is right against
10 seconds to go.
C4 will get one, and oh, the quick peek from the smoke. Absolutely amazing round. Great hold in server by the Jaeger. Valkyrie got picked off slightly, a little early, but Jaeger absolutely fought that back. He killed one, and the stairs down another, putting Zofia on super low health. And then even under high amounts of pressure, was able to take down one more with him before he went out, forcing a 2v2 with only 30 seconds left on the clock. Very well done, and like you said, the 5-man turtle can work if you have the right setup. And they absolutely did.
Yeah, when it comes down to bank, the attackers have to, like, they're pretty much forced to do their due diligence on droning because of, you know, the extensive 3-floor map. So it just came down to a very minuscule amount of time remaining with all 3 smoke canisters, like you said, and the attackers just didn't have enough manpower to do it. Let's see if
now
side
this
are
is
we going now?
We're going to staff room,
Staff
open.
room, open area.
That is an
Okay.
unusual pick.
Attackers
And
need to
I am
locate and defuse
very
bombs.
excited for this one. We do have a vigil coming out, so I'm expecting to see some roaming this time around, and they are going to open up that rotate. I was about to literally bring that up because this rotate, if the defenders can keep control of it, this expands the site immensely and gives you so much control. But if the attackers can take it, you just kind of cut your own site in half.
Yep.
Castle on the board.
I want to bring that. And I've been watching some Pro League
10
recently,
seconds
and
left.
this site has actually been picked a lot more this season. So
5
maybe
seconds left
more
before insertion.
teams are seeing things, and thinking that the site might.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Surfy on that smoke last round was so influential. I'm glad to see him pick it back up again. Those 30 seconds, and they didn't reinforce that well, so they are relying on this vigil to hold this side of the site. And this is what I was talking about. If you can hold it, this gives this site so much more space and ability to move, but losing it is devastating for the defense.
Yeah, all about that archives control.
Pardon me.
Bless you, sir. This is control for sure, though, as they want to extend the site here and make sure control to the attackers. We do have a vigil in the Elder's office, placed in a nice safe spot. That's really important, as the attackers do drone up top very quickly. Only a minute into the round, and IQ is the floor of the scanner, maybe catches some people off guard. Cameras. And we have Jackal entering the loan office.
I'm assuming it was the IQ who lit up the vigil through the floor. His gadget does appear on her. Ooh, that is a very good hole to open up, putting a lot of pressure on the vigil right now. He really is feeling the pressure. He's in a corner, and who is that? Is that a Jackal? That is Jackal. Jackal at the and Jaeger. Vigil does have Jaeger for support, but he's looking too busy looking at the holes in the ceiling. They're both looking at the holes in the ceiling. Monkey could absolutely make an impact play right here, right now. If he does it right, and he just misses the shot, giving away his position. IQ still looking through. Sophia trying to get up. And okay, putting a lot of pressure. And like I said, and I think is the Vigil down? Well, dead now. Or IQ, I mean Jaeger under a lot of pressure yet again. Can he do what he did last round? Can he take down at least 2 with him? He can even trade. Castle will get IQ in the distance. That was on those stairs. Those stairs right by the open area entrance. Not the circle stairs. But, side stairs. That's what it's called. Oh, Sophia, right there. You can see him. You can see him. Oh, and she will get him. That is 2 kills for Sophia. Every kill so far under her belt. But will be taken out from behind. I'm assuming that is the Castle coming up the blue stairs. It was, and he's going to retake control. He will take down Nomad. He will be traded out, putting it in a 2v2 yet again. With 17 seconds, the smoke still has 3 gas grenades. But there are multiple entrances they have to worry about. But we have Valkyrie still on the field, and that will be 1 more for smoke, and only all up to Jackal.
5 seconds left.
Doesn't have to use your hand, he will have to frag, and it will not be Smoke being so influential again in those last seconds of the round. They need to deal with this Smoke. They need to deal with this Smoke. The roam game, the out-of-sight presence is strong on their open area hold. The Castle rushing in, retaking it for 2 whole seconds. That's all they needed. That double kill from Castle, so influential, and then the Smoke to just finish them off. What an absolute crazy hold from Dyer, putting them up 2-0. And we see a clash.
And once again, in the off-site too.
Yeah, it's the off-site, exactly.
That is definitely a moral victory for Dyer as well. Are we gonna stick with this? No, we are not.
No, we're not. Pulse. It is
I
not
was about
Pulse.
to say, if we would have...
I would have been very excited for
Clash
Clash.
gameplay.
We do have Twitch on the board, which is a change up from the attackers, which I'm glad to see them adapting. Because clearly their setup just hasn't been working. So, you know, why force something if it's not working? You should, you know.
Exactly.
So we already are starting to see some hatches open up into the bottom floor, which does say to me we might have that roaming castle on the bottom floor again, which was so impactful that last round, getting 3 kills to his game.
Bomb located by attack.
He got the IQ, he got the Sophia, and he got the Nomad.
And Castle, that flank from the staff room, that was a big impact on the round right there.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Absolutely. No
5 seconds to go.
No hesitation, and that's in that type of situation. He got the flank, and he made full use of it. Now, I am interested by this sort of like, they're clearly, you know, defending this a lot heavier than they're doing this. They even have the floor cut out here. So I'm gonna say yes, we will see Castle offsite again. And it seems like they're doing the same strategy, except now they're just focusing their defense on the archives. Seems like that these two strategies will be very similar.
Yeah, they're also prepping for the up top take. Is they do have a pulse in play. They could possibly C4 some people from below. That might be, you know, something to look out for. Pulse is already going for it.
It will
barely
miss.
misses.
Sensor deployed.
Oh man.
Hate to see it. We do have Vigil upstairs. Oh, and he just saw the Twitch. They have no idea where he is. They're pre-firing, trying to make some holes. Trying to he saw him, but the Twitch saw him as well.
Reloading.
Twitch is right now. Vigil doing some damage, but he is stuck. He is stuck. and he will be taken out from the Twitch, but the Twitch will be down from the castle on stairs. Or the Jaeger. I don't even know who downed her, to be honest. But she will be picked up. Might have been the Jaeger. Jaeger will rotate all the way downstairs. Interesting play. I honestly don't know who downed her. Nomad, just trying to stop some of that. Oh, there's a bulletproof cam right there. That is how they probably got the Twitch. I would have gotten the camera first over the barbed wire, but you know, each their own.
Priorities.
Jackal now just entering the building. Jackal usually who you want to be in the building first. And Zofia will continue her reign of terror from above. Absolutely making work of the defenders. Okay, so they did thermite the main wall. Do they have control of side stairs? That is the real question. No, the Jackal's going to pull off of that. I don't know if that was a smart play or not, because they do have those There's no one in sight. They have sight. They have sight. And the plant is going down. And the castle, that is the flank. That is taken down.
Attackers activating diffuser.
And it looks like they have finally flown too close to the sun. They've tried to do too much, all down to the Jaeger, and he will be taken out quickly. And that is a round in the hands of the attackers. They tried to hold too much this time. It worked for them last time, but this time FG was ready for it. They were covering each other. They had like 4 people hunting that vigil. They did everything smart. They weren't taking any risk. They were just. And then the moment they saw that the site was free, I don't know if you saw that, but 3 people ran in. They were like, "Oh, site's clear. Let's go." And we will see that Ella
good comeback.
Instead of the Valkyrie this time on the bottom floor. All the other 4 operators are the same, but Goyo will be swapped out for the Echo, who is also left on the board and has yet to make an appearance this game. Interesting. And a Kappa Tau.
So,
I love that pick.
What also is interesting is they have 3 hard breachers on the board right now, and they choose to only run 1, which is a little bizarre to me.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Some might not think
bombs
so,
they
but
can.
I think this site would be a lot easier to take if all hatches were open and the server were open, but, you know, to each their own.
Hey, don't take my line. I am interested by the... Was that in the script?
I don't see that anywhere in the script.
So I do see still they are bringing, because I did see another shield already, yeah, on the smoke. So we do have 3 shields still in play. So they're, instead of bringing the Goyo, they're going to bring 3 separate shields, but that only leaves 1 thing of barbed wire from the Jaeger. This is going to allow for this aggressive push that the attackers have been doing to stay aggressive, and now they have the Kappa Tau and the speed of him, as well as the smoke coverage and the fire, the asphyxiation bolts to keep them in place. I am very interested in seeing how that will turn out.
Good, just road clearance again, coming up from Farside. You know, just gotta make sure no one's gonna come up from behind him or anything.
No, you gotta.
It looks like every member from Farside is. We do have 2 entering it up top, and we already have banana control. So, again,
very fast
not much more presence coming out from Dire, and Farside realizes that and just takes advantage right away.
And I think they need to do that because Dire so far has been so good at just wasting time that they need to just get this over and done with as fast as possible. They still have 2 minutes on the board, but servers is, I didn't check, is the server still being held by Ella Shotgun? It is, and we will have the FO12 and 2 ADSs and a piece of barbed wire and a shield. Interesting placement on the shield, not in the doorway, a little bit behind. A little bit of a pre-fire coming up. The LS, she has no ADS. There will be a concussion and 2 flashbangs. They are really trying to force her out of here. Grismok going out. Drone is taken. Oh, she has a 3rd ADS. She has all 3 ADS to her name. And that will be the Capital off the board, but she does take a little bit of damage for it from the firebolt. The Grismok is still at the top of the stairs. Ella is allowed to just sit here. C4 coming out from Sweet Flip, from Western to catch Sweet Flips. That is the hard breacher off the board. What a huge C4.
Dropping mags.
Man. It is looking like a dire advantage, defensive advantage right now. 5v3 and the hard breachers off the board.
Attackers have recovered their
Attacker's going to have to play
diffuser.
comeback here with 1 minute left. It's going to be a hard task to do.
Oh, just barely misses that. Good protection from Monkey. And, oh, but the double peak will take him down. Western getting another. And it'll help you down to this. Oh, the Sophia is now down in Ella, taking her out. Hauled down to Skywalker on the Nomad. She has 2 air jabs left. That is Ella down. 1v4. 39 seconds on the clock. A Nomad will go off. That is an air jab. That is, he knows to watch his flank. But they will retreat. They are not being over aggressive. That is smart of them. They have the man advantage. They have the time advantage. Everything is in their hand. Will be a little bit more damage. Just slowly whittling away at this Nomad's health, but it does not matter. The Bearing 9 proving to be too much.
Yeah, the turtle strat works once again. Dire knows how to perfect that hold angle challenge, and for sure just 3-1 advantage on defense right now. Not something I expected, but Dire's just taking advantage of what Farside's giving them.
Alright, so if I'm Farside, I'm expecting the open area again, right? I'm expecting the open area again. Because they defended it really well. They seemed really comfortable on it. It didn't seem like a pocket strat. It seemed like, no, this is our strategy.
It's their second pick.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so if I'm them, I'm looking and saying, okay, they open up the site. They hold a lot of room. We will see a Mozzie pick onto the smoke and a Twitch pick onto IQ. Just putting that out there. And if I'm FG, I'm looking at this and saying, okay, we need to take advantage of the fact that they're spreading their forces real thin. And I know most of the time it's suicide, but maybe, just maybe, think about using this window. And I know usually it's suicide, but with so few people on the actual site itself and more just spread across, maybe a fast take from this window and the alleyway doorway into kitchen, that kind of quick pincer might catch them off guard, and it'll be a little bit unexpected. It's definitely not a usual strategy anywhere near that, because normally this window is suicide because there's 100 guns staring
10
at
seconds
you.
remaining.
But in this scenario, there isn't 100 guns.
5 seconds left.
Maybe that's the way that FP should look at it. Go a little bit weird. If they wanna hold this area, let them have it. It's not the site. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it just comes down to what Farside really sees in their defense, and if they do, make that decision, then it probably could benefit them, to be honest.
Holding extra rooms only helps if they if you force the attackers to go through them. The attackers aren't forced to go through them and can avoid them entirely. Those extra rooms don't matter. They're not the site. They have a lot of hold in the archives again. Let's see if the Sophia goes above. She is. She has breaching charges again. It does seem like she's going to try and open up some of those holes. Oh, going for the Vigil again. Ches turns off his gadget. She did nick him once, it looks. It appears. Vigil having to be careful. Just safely sitting in the corner. They could get a drone on him. IQ could probably take him out. Ooh, great Valkyrie cam. I don't know if you saw that. They know that they are holding that angle in the lobby. And I don't know who's holding. It's Jackal holding it.
Yeah, some good Valkyrie cameras to give them a lot of intel, but they do have IQ, so I'm just waiting to see.
But she hasn't been going towards. She hasn't been going towards lobby. I don't think IQ's touched lobby this entire game.
No.
Which is definitely an interesting. Oh, Vigil is now downstairs, leaving I think the Jaeger alone, but with support from the Valkyrie cameras. Yeah, Vigil has fallen off, and oh, that will be one. Oh, but a quick trade from the IQ that is now this entire area theirs, under their control. But Vigil is still there. Sophia not falling for it again this time. She knows that someone's there now, but she is concussed herself. She does recover from it faster, being part of the sisterhood. God, I can't remember their last name. Ooh, and not falling for the castle at all. They are prepared this time round, but not able to hit their shot. And I don't think they were expecting a vigil. But IQ does down the vigil, but Castle able to trade it out. But Castle is on one shot, and that being revived will put the vigil on 20 HP. Not a lot of health for any of them. Valkyrie and Smoke starting to feel the pressure. Two smoke grenades down. Oh, it doesn't matter. Smoke doesn't even get the second one popped. Only one was used. 3v2 and no 3v3, but they don't know where the Valkyrie is. She will get one, but they are planting. The Valkyrie is now traded out. 2v2 with site control. 2v1 with site control in the hands of the attackers. All up to the castle with very low health. He gets air jabbed. He is on the ground, but they do not grab him in time. They have left the diffuser for the most part. That will be one. This is winnable.
Defenders have eyes on the diffuser. Attackers need to protect it.
I don't think that they can stop this. Oh, Castle, can he hit his shot? Oh, he should have. Good try by the Castle. An excellent play by the Nomad, using everything to her advantage. Flashbangs, air jabs. Absolutely great play by both sides. Castle fighting tooth and nail. And Farside, whereas they did not take my suggestion, because they can't hear it, obviously, absolutely taking apart that defense. They saw what happened last time, and they said, nope, we're not going to let that happen again.
Yeah, Farside, definitely aware of their surroundings last time. You can see, as you also pointed out, they weren't letting anything flank them. I mean, they still did die, the IQ by the castle on the main steps, but she was aware of him and made a call out. So I think a big change from that round was they made sure that they had their backs and didn't let each other die by someone that wasn't droned out.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And I don't know if you saw it, but we now have a sledge on the board. And I'm assuming that they are, because downstairs is still locked. They won it their second time round. Downstairs they can't go there. So they were expecting either archives or open. They didn't. I'm assuming if I'm them, I don't know which one is gonna be. I don't, because I think they think both. But clearly they brought the sledge for either, because this whole floor can be ripped up. This whole floor can be ripped up. These whole floors can all be ripped up. And with the way they've been holding these sites in general, it's bringing a sledge or a buck or whatever. I think it should have been a choice earlier, because the Jackal just, I mean, maybe we're just not seeing it, but the Jackal didn't really seem that influential.
I mean, the Jackal still also gives you like a mental idea of, hey, there's no one around here in this area, because he can scan the feet, and if he doesn't see any footprints around, then you can tell everybody no one has been here. So that could also be an effective Jackal as well, just to keep in mind.
That's why I said at least we haven't seen him be effective. I'm not saying he isn't been effective. I just said we haven't seen it. A lot of drone and camera work coming out from both teams, which is, I think, showing off in the way they're playing. Chopper making sure that no one is down below, not just content with flank watch this time, but is actively hunting. But I actually don't think anyone's downstairs. No, Castle is in elevator this time around, which is an unusual position. Sledge is not upstairs though, which is also interesting. Calling out which wall to go for. Are they going for a fast plant? That is a vigil off the board. That is one of the roamers down. Are they gonna go for a fast plant? Jaeger is lit up, and the castle is taken off the board. And the Zofia will also get the Jaeger, but I don't know if she knows. But one will be traded by the Valkyrie, but Valkyrie comes out very low on health, and the
Smoke is on the board with all 3 gas canisters left.
A bomb
Jaeger
has
is
been located.
finally taken out. It is 2v4 with Valkyrie on very little health. This is Plant going down. Great smoke. Absolutely great smoke. But that will be one down. It is all up to the smoke now. Not a lot of time left. 53 seconds. Plant
Attackers
is
activating
down.
diffuser.
Shock. Make room.
What a shot! By Smoke. He knows about where the Thermite is, but it does not matter. Thermite will get it out, and it will be a 3-3 split. It is a 3-3 split at the half. I called it. I just want to know that. I called that. Let it be known. And here's your scoreboard at the half. Really no slackers on either team, but a few standouts in Simple and Skywalker on the side of FG. But everyone has been doing their jobs. I have not seen wasted time from anyone. That is like the worst thing in Siege, is wasted time. A very similar attacking setup from Dire, but one major change, which you pointed out. Hibana is on the board. However, Farside will not be going downstairs.
Okay, so they opt to go top floor first. Interesting. And they also vow to bring the Valkyrie on with an IQ on the board. So maybe there's some risky business there, but you never know. It could work out.
Defenders, protect your bombs from
IQ's
being
not going
defused by
to
attackers.
automatically know where all the cameras are unless she actively looks for them. So
Which
that's,
we saw a lack of on the side of Farside.
So it could happen. We also do have, like you said, the double hard breacher. I mean, they're all on the board, so you can't go wrong with 2 hard breachers. It's
No,
just,
and-
especially on a map like that.
Absolutely, and you know they're running the right skin on Hibana, the elite skin, one of the best skins in the game. Not biased at all, I swear.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Not biased, not even remotely.
5 seconds left.
So this will be the first time that the top floor is held
Attackers
by
must
anyone.
locate and defuse
The tops
the
of
bomb.
these walls being opened up, and yes, Legion does still have both of his impacts, so I'm assuming we will be seeing some impact tricking. We also do have a mute on the board, which is not a common pick. He has not put down a single disruptor. Huh.
Until now. He is opening Janitor Hatch, which leads me to believe that someone will be playing in there, but we already have 2 people on the east windows, or north windows, excuse me. This could spell danger for Dire, or Farside, excuse me. Unless they can get somebody in lobby to pick them off, maybe. They are using that IQ already. It's good to see. Clearing out.
Oh,
what
we do
looks
have-
like
okay.
top square.
Simple
Yep.
is in lobby.
We got the Valkyrie.
Ooh.
Going live.
Interesting Hibana use. I like to see it. The Sledge will take one out from those windows, and that is the Legion down. That is the impacts and a lot of time delay down. That is a big pick. And the Jackal getting a ping on the castle. Nowhere to hide. Hibana taking some damage from the Valkyrie, who ran out garage, as in bottom garage. That's a run out. IQ will be traded out by the castle. That was a heck of a run out. And Valkyrie will get another one. Simple, absolutely doing work for Farside today on the side of kills.
And just like
Yeah.
that, it's an advantage in their favor, 4v3.
What a swap. That's unfortunate. But Valkyrie will get a double kill. I thought that was our third. I'm sorry. I mean, wrong. My bad. His castle got one. The Jaeger still at pretty much full health, and the mute untouched. And it will be looking like... Oh, a plant is going down! What is this?
Activating bomb diffuser.
Using the grenade as like a deterrent, but it does not matter. Thermite is the only one left. It's now a 1v3, but Diffuser is down. This is possible for a win from Western. He just has to hit his shot. He will get one, but he will not get the mute, and that will be an easy disable. And that absolutely is the round. First defense round win by Farside. So far, this attacker-favored map is just not being attacker-favored.
Yep, I mean, I don't know what to say. They had the right lineup. They had 2 hard breachers for upstairs. The Ivana on main lobby windows, you know, not a big fan of that.
Well, she was opening up the long angle from elevator wall.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is true. But did Thermite get any of the CEO walls?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, okay, I was about to say, if we had a cab on board, I was about to say interrogation time, but maybe not today.
I can't remember what game it was, but I casted a game, Season 1, that had an interrogation, and I don't think I've ever yelled so loud in my life.
Interrogations in cop games are something...
They are something to behold.
Yeah, exactly.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
They do not happen often. But we do see Farside go downstairs.
We do have the Mozzie, too, which I like.
Mozzie is definitely underappreciated. And we also have Jaeger shotgun, I believe.
Oh,
we can go back to
good
yep,
eye.
We have a Jaeger shotgun.
Good eye.
Okay.
All right.
We might be playing server stairs here.
Also, by the way, the reason why Mozzie's underrated, if you didn't know, is because of his height.
That is true. People don't see him as an imposing threat, so...
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse.
Don't get me wrong, Mozzie, he's a very vital defender, and he could flip rounds just by himself.
He can, and that's, I think, what's important. So I'm curious to see if they'll go for a top-down roam clear just like Farside did, because I don't think that Farside has any roamers. Where is this Jaeger sitting?
Yeah,
Jaeger is sitting on the stairs, and he's using the slits in the shield like I was talking about with the evolution of the buff to those shields. One drone from Ozzy. That's a lot of information for the attack defenders.
Target located.
He is getting tracked by
right now. Ooh, bit of a not really a waste of a track, but I would say not the most useful use for Jackal. Not their fault, of course. You know, he wouldn't know, but it's smart that he's not off-site and getting tracked.
Ooh.
See you on the other side.
Ozzy gonna go for a sneaky C4. Oh, and he will get it! That is the sledge off the board. Oh man, I wanted to see if that would work. I was not disappointed. That was a great C4. Smoke though, very low on health, which is not how you like your smoke.
A bomb has been located.
Yeah, Smoke very low on health is. I mean, as long as he just hides behind reinforcement, it should be fine. But if they just run in and get one shot on him.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Still have server control for defenders though, especially after that Kobe Mozzie. That was a good time waster there.
I think they are literally opening up all 5 hatches. I think all 5 hatches have been opened. Oh.
Enemy contact. Basement.
Absolutely beautiful flank onto the Echo. That is the drones off of the board. Well, at least that is the plant denial off the board, because the drones are still viewable and can be deadly in their own way. And that can be deadly in its own way. That castle barricade now working against the defenders. Oh, unless they choose to open it.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
Will be castle picking off the thermite. That is diffuser down, but it doesn't. Jackal will trade one more back. That'll be that'll the smoke down, but the diffuser is not in the hands. Oh, what a shot from Castle! What a snap! Castle getting through the wall, but he does not get him enough. And oh my God, so much is going on. What is? Oh my God. What just happened? That was just a chaos for the last couple of seconds there.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Chaos Central indeed. Castle 3K, that was probably the turning point of the round there, as it did seem like that the attackers were probably shifting momentum there until Castle just said, "Let me shut this down quick."
The diffuser.
With a beautiful shot, like you
the
noted.
diffuser. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The drop to diffuser in elevator. That was just.
Too.
That was just. I don't know how else to describe that, but unfortunate, because that is such a bad position to try to, like, grab the diffuser from, especially with the position Castle was in watching it. I don't know if Castle knew that it was down, or if he had just sort of lucked out. I thought we were Do could be coming out. Very interesting. Since season 1, I think she's gotten her phone call. I think that the phone call nerf came out after season 1. I could be wrong. And I know that she definitely got nades are new since season 1. Her nades are definitely new.
Yeah, her pick rate definitely skyrocketed after those nades came out. People were kind of, I guess, people were very upset after the IQ nade buff along with that. So they were looking for a replacement. And, Finka does have nades, but also the Dokumi nades brought out.
10 seconds left. Attackers recover the diffuser.
Absolutely, and that will be a rehost. All right. Well, there's the scoreboard for the attacker or the blue team. All right. So rehost.
Okay.
That.
Problem.
No big deal. Each team is allowed one rehost. So now, 6-3. I believe it's FG on. Yeah, it is. It is FG on match point.
Wouldn't it be 5-3? Because that last round.
5-3. That last round didn't count.
Yeah.
Shut up, Luke.
Yeah.
Shut up, Luke. I know math. Nope. Very wrong. So this is each team is allowed one rehost. Everyone, just so to clarify that rule. That is a rehost from Dyer today. Here. Band operators were
Montang, Thatcher.
Right. I was like, they were weird bands. I remember that.
And Mira and Cade.
Mira and Kaid. All right. Okay, so I know the
There's a
first
score of 5-3 favoring blue.
Yes, but we need to. The second half needs to. So it was 3-3 at the half, and then.
Yes.
Orange's defense, right? Yeah, I'm right on that. Okay, no, that's what that was. All right, so then round. This was
Seven.
CEO,
Yeah,
and it
CEO,
was a blue
and
win.
lockers.
It was blue, and then lockers, and blue win.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
So it should be 5-3 blue.
That
Yep.
should be
CEO's
right.
locked. No, lockers is locked.
CEO and lockers are locked, and they did pick, I think, archives. Last we saw.
Okay.
I think that's what that was the
Yep, and make sure the okay, the blue was on defense, so I'm pretty sure that's settings change.
no, because the
no.
the round swap
Just the round
halftime
swap.
swap. Dang, I thought I was gonna go a whole stream without screwing any words, but nope, that can't happen. Can't speak.
Okay, well, regarding somebody in chat saying that we tried justifying that bank as an attacker map, we said it was more attacker-sided relative to other maps in the competitive pool. For example, Villa is like a 42% attacker map or something, whereas bank is like 47, 46%. So that's what we meant. Not that it's attacker favored. Nerd. Sorry, I'm not allowed to call nerd. Chat nerd, is it? Am I?
I don't know, chat, are you nerds? So, chat, what do you think is gonna happen? So we're 5-3, which means that this is that for Dire to win the full 3 points, they must go on a 4-round win streak. There's no more error, no room for error. To tie, they can lose once. They can to tie. They can lose once, or do we think they're gonna get a tie and it'll be 1 loss and 3 wins for Dire, or do we think that FG will take 2 rounds somewhere along the way? Because there are technically
the way the
4
momentum's
hypothetical
going
rounds.
right now, that's 4 rounds in a row for Farside. There's no indicator on whether Dire can't do the same, but right now, as it is, momentum is favoring Farside, and it's going to be a tough task to come back from that.
Absolutely. So I'm just getting a few. We're just having a few errors from FG joining, so we will get this underway quickly. Or as quick as possible. I definitely think that this has been a very interesting match so far. I have been very happy. There have been some good clutches. There have been some really good plays. A lot of good counterplay. Like, Farside really looked how Dire was holding that open area, which they struggled with immensely that first round. And just absolutely came back and was like, we know exactly how to attack this.
Yep. Yeah, the attacking grounds closing out from Farside was a big improvement from what they did before. And then the defense rounds opening up, expanding, and also gaining the lead. So Farside really came around. It took some time, but it's a long game. It's not a 1-round game. It's a lot of rounds.
It's been a lot of rounds.
12 round max.
Definitely 12 round max. So
round 9 right now.
yeah, we're pretty close. Let's make sure I have all this right.
Pretty dang close to the end. So we do have Farside coming in. Yep.
Chat, what do you think of the
They're
game
way
so
in.
far? So, what do you think of the game so far? And I'll have my good friend Beach here scour that chat.
I definitely like the game so far myself.
Oh, I have been enjoying this game immensely.
We are discussing PC Pro League in chat. That's good.
I mean, hey.
We also have a subscriber. That's damage with the subscription.
Hey, that's my boy. Shout out.
And then someone
Shout out.
wants me to talk more. Okay.
Yeah, get in here. We like you, Beach. See?
This chat is going wild, though. It was like not this wild about 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, it's because I asked the questions. See, I am the king of chat, even if I'm not in chat.
It is true. It is true. I don't deny that.
All right, I think that is the last member of Dire. So now we are just waiting on one member of FP.
No Simples here.
Simples here, Monkeys here, Choppers here, Skywalker's here. I'm not really sure. To be TBH.
Oh. This is bad. Oh no. Who's the last person?
Well, I'm assuming they know who they're missing. It'd be kind of weird if they didn't.
I mean, I'd hope so.
In this 5-person party, who are we missing?
It'd be a little weird if they invited one of us to play.
Just out of nowhere, it's just like, hey, Beach, want a sub? I'm sorry, what? It's like, fam, I'm counting.
Sure.
Oh,
Sweet
it's
okay.
flips, right?
There we go.
It's like, fam, I'm casting. It's like, yeah, but you're like, so? Yeah, so? It's like, wait, what? What we do in between rehosts, we just meme here on the desk, the hypothetical desk.
Yeah. This I'm in your desk. To be fair, I don't know about you, but
Well, I mean, is a TV stand a desk?
it's the people's desk. It's an office desk.
I'm just right now.
That's where I do my office.
All right, I did just get messages from both teams within like 2 seconds of each other. They are ready to go, so we will go. That was weird. That worked out.
Synchronized.
That was very weird. By the way, if you're in the Northeast out there, stay warm. It's really cold right now. Really cold.
I'm really not sure what chat is talking about, honestly. Do I sound fine to you?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay. Well, no, I mean, like, there's no technical difficulties or anything? Or is it just my voice? I'm just wondering what's going on.
You sound like, I know it's gonna be weird, but you sound like Beach. I don't know if you guys are like related or something.
I mean,
you know.
That's good. Yeah, no, I know him very well.
Oh, okay. So is this like an impression?
I'm very good at doing an impression of myself. Yes.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Anyway, back to the game. We're going to Teller's office. Farside, yep, that's where they left off. So we will be seeing pretty much the same lineup coming out of them. The 6th pick off of Legion to Echo. So some plant denial there, but pretty small site for Echo, to be honest. I'm pretty intrigued to see where he plays. I don't know about that.
Oh, I fully agree. Oh. Well, that's an interesting reinforcement. I like it. Only doing the one though. It is Monkey on Echo. I do know Monkey is absolute insane Echo, so no loss there.
10 seconds left.
But we do have one going upstairs. It is the Mozzie.
5 seconds remaining.
Just in position.
Is he just putting down? The
We're
question
hyping up
is, is he
Mozzie.
just putting
Objective
down
is to locate a bomb and
pests,
defuse it.
or is he actually going to sit up here?
Time will tell. Yeah, but we were hyping up Mozzie earlier. So, ooh, he's also reinforcing a janitor wall. Okay.
Yeah. So it does look like he's
So it
going to
looks like
probably
he will
sit
be
up
sitting
here.
up here.
Yeah. Ooh, and he has the support of the Jaeger as well. Also, no ACOG from the Echo. That is an unusual decision.
Okay.
Ooh. First phone call has already gone out.
Second floor.
Good kill onto the Jaeger being picked off quickly, and the Mozzie's down as well. Very, very fast.
Loading fresh magazine!
Roam clear from Dire, and that is a third kill. That is a third
Attackers have
kill
located a
in
bomb.
the hands of. third by Sledge, but like third for the team by Sledge. And Sledge is absolutely now ripping up this floor. He has MD in his hand. Is now
Yep, dire
up
need to be careful at this point, though. Make sure not to rush things. They still have plenty of time on the board. 5v2 situation.
C4 has already been used. So no C4 in the hands of Mute. Wall is opened up by Thermite.
Wow. Oh my god.
Pardon me.
Attackers are activating the
That was
Oh.
just, okay.
That was
Round's over.
All right. That was that was a round. That was definitely a round. A flawless round. That was okay.
Okay. Yep, Luffy has died. It's official. I'm taking over.
Camera's not gonna move anymore.
So we'll be looking at spawn. Oh, we have a kill.
Oh god. I wasn't like I just saw ahead of the corner of the eye the little orange outline of Thermite's head. I wasn't expecting that. He's just like, hello.
Oh my god.
Whisper softly in your ear. A really big hole coming right up. Oh man.
This has been a really fun game.
Attackers
This has
need
been
to
a
locate
really
and
fun
defuse
game.
as many bombs
Yeah.
as they can.
This has been a really fun game. Now,
Oh boy.
still similar situation. Dire needs to win the next 3 in a row to win. If they lose 1 along the line, they tie. But if they lose 2, then all 3 points go to FG.
Yep, as we do have an upstairs defense. Farside, I believe this is their first pick, so they're
10
coming
seconds left.
back up here. A very comfortable site for them.
5 seconds left.
Obviously, you know, good to go back to your roots,
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
or a team. So, we can see a bounce back from Farside here.
I'm sure that's what Farside is for. I wonder if Simple will stay down here like he did the last time. And oh, Jaeger's also down here.
Bomb located by attackers.
Jaeger going all the way downstairs. Ivana really liking these west windows.
Yeah, like you said before, opening up those hallway walls, as people like to refer to them as Kanto walls, because that's where Kanto Raketti from G2 likes to play, as we already have an entry coming in from the attacker team in the hallway. So they're really
Attackers
coming in
have located
fast, it
bomb.
looks like. Not wasting any time.
Oh my god. Can they not see each other? Oh.
I think the angle's just a little too wide for them to see each other there.
That was such a such a tease. Oh, Jaeger taking a lot of damage in the back from Habana. It looks like Sledge on these walls.
Detected a bomb.
Simple getting one from lobby, but will be traded back by Jackal. That is Habana down though. That is one of their hard breaches. That they are bringing 2. It's not the greatest loss ever.
Exactly, the margin for error is not as big as you think. The Thermite's still on board, and getting the northmost wall and CEO, actually, excuse me, getting both balls. So a lot of line of sight coming out, as we do have a 4v3 advantage up for the defenders, with the Habana and Jackal off the board. So now we have a 4v2. Oh man, this has just turned very quickly. Both walls are still open though, and 4 attackers alive, or 4 defenders alive, excuse me. So,
Where is
still a lot of round
IQ?
left. Okay.
There's only 50
That's,
seconds. 50 seconds left, and IQ is nowhere near sight.
Interesting.
And they're just good pre-fire.
Great shot.
IQ will get 1. I'm assuming they hear her sprinting. Ooh. Yeah, they are going for a plant. Holding an angle. She will get one.
Ooh.
15 seconds
Plant
left.
is down.
Attackers are active.
Now all of a sudden swapping back in. But IQ tries to run out of the building. Gets taken out. It is now a 2v1. Thermite is very deep in sight. Oh! Go! And the shotgun proved
No.
Defenders
too
have eyes on the
much.
diffuser.
Poor
Attackers need to protect
Thermite.
it.
What an absolute try, though. Thermite with that double kill.
Defenders have
That was
disabled the
such a
bomb.
Yeah.
nice shot.
Defenders win.
Westerns trying to make it come back. A 4v2 advantage turned 2v1, or excuse me, 3v2 with the plant down pretty quickly. So
Yeah, no, that was
a good effort.
that round
definitely
was
a good effort.
juggling. That round was juggling for the most part. Absolutely insane round. But with that FG confirms 1 point. Now the next 2 rounds, if Dire can win, they can steal 2 points from FG, from giving them the full win, and take 1 point of their own. But we'll just have to wait and see if they can manage to pull that off. Maestro coming out for the first time tonight. I'm always happy to see my meatball. Don't you dare change.
With Maestro, okay, Meatball staying on the board, ladies and gentlemen. We do have lockers hold though, so Maestro might be used to get those
Defenders,
thermites off
protect your
the
bombs from
server
being
wall
defused by
possibly,
attackers.
or he could be used to deny the plant. First time today, so the attackers might not be expecting a Maestro, especially since he was 6-bit. So pretty wild card
wild
operator
card
selection
pick,
there,
absolutely.
and it could, yeah, it definitely could pay off.
I don't know why I'm looking at it. Ignore me, people.
Attackers
So
have
it does look
discovered
like we're
the
going to see a
location
little bit of a
bomb.
third floor roam with some of those hackers being open. Good spot on the drone.
magazine!
There's 2
10
attacker
seconds
drones
to
down
insertion.
already. That's very, very good for in favor of
5
FG.
seconds to go.
That's a big part of whether they can flare easy or, like you said, banks a huge amount of roamers. So drones are a pivotal part of them. Nice drone placements though.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I know there's not a frost on the board, and I'm assuming it's like a suitcase or something, but man, that looked like a frost trap for a second.
New buff to frost. Every suitcase in the map is now a frost map.
I am curious to
It's,
see what the Evil Eyes replace. I don't know. Let's see if I can find one really
Oh
quickly.
yeah. Assume at least one in server.
There's one
Yep,
right there.
there it is.
And then one in here, maybe? I don't see it.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Oh, whatever. We'll find out later.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Oh, are we going to see another Kobe? Are we going to see another attempted Kobe?
As my friend would say, time going live.
Drone active.
She ran away. She's not. Okay, and he's not going to use the C4. Good. It's good for them. Oh. C4 goes out and does not catch anyone. I just realized we have an Ash on the board today. Or tonight. First one of the night. Good flash
Ash is
by...
good for flashing behind the server rack. Do you have an
Jaeger
encounter
ran outside? Yeah, he did. He ran outside. I don't know if that was purposeful or if he was blind, but that is Jaeger down. And they still have an Ash charge to get rid of that, and a sledge, actually. So that'll be a free destruction of that Evil Eye.
Yep.
One of my favorite angles in the game right there. Oh, the other one is in garage. Okay.
Oh, there's the other line. Yep. So how much? I mean, we'll see what the board. I mean, Mozzie C4's explosions are already coming
No,
out.
Mozzie
so,
C4 was already used. He did. I don't know
Yep.
where he threw it,
Bomb
but he
located
did
by attackers.
it down.
Yep. So now we just
30
got the smoke
seconds
canisters
though,
coming.
and
There's
only
two
2
left.
canisters. Only 2, but there is 30 seconds left.
Throwing frag.
Oh, what a frag! What a frag! The attacker's not giving up without a fight. The plant is going down. The
Attackers are
Sledge will be
activating
traded
the
out.
bomb diffuser.
Ash getting 1 more. Ash getting 2, and that will be the round for the attackers. Now this is it. We have gone all 12 rounds. Will Dyer be able to take the win and force a draw from FG? Or will FG be able to clinch the win here? I'm curious to see what site they go to. And they are going to stick with lockers. Ash coming out again. Same lineup we just had. Seems that it worked out really well, but why change it? We have a mute, and we do not... sorry. We have a mute. We do not have a maestro.
Okay. So, doesn't look like any 6-picking being done here.
Comfortable.
Nope. No action going on here. Everyone is comfortable.
They are comfortable with their picks.
Yep. Rubber mat, or sorry, not rubber match. Rubber round coming up. This round's gonna influence whether Farside gets 3 points or both teams leave with 1. So a lot on the line here. Can we look at the scoreboard real quick just to see who's coming out after the post? Okay. A lot of balance from Farside.
Absolutely. 3 people with 2 kills. So it does look like we're gonna have another server hold. We have some of the, we have the ADSs, the barbed wire. We have the hatch. And we have the M870 coming out yet again.
Unrolling razor wire.
5 seconds to go.
Stay clear of ADS line of fire.
Oops,
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb.
only the one shield inside of the defenders, whereas, if you remember, Dyer actually brought 3 shields, both times they defended the site. Once through Goyo, and once through just bringing 3
Attackers have
individual
located
shields.
a bomb.
Yep. The Goyo strat worked for Dyer. Farside hasn't attempted that yet. Probably because, I don't know why I said that, because they probably don't have it written down anywhere.
I had to say, Goyo is definitely a more unique operator choice.
Yeah. Definitely, for sure.
Oh, this could spell doom for either Thermite or Mozzie. Not really sure which one.
It looks like Thermite is aware there's someone in server, but Mozzie holding that tight angle he does look away for about a couple seconds, but right back onto it.
Drone activated.
Does look like they're trying to. They're trying to burn the Jaeger out of here. It looks like.
Clear! Loading!
That will get rid of the shield and the barbed wire. A lot of pressure on the Jaeger now.
Looks like he's gonna fall back here, and he is getting droned out. So a lot of utility being used to get that Jaeger off of blue stairs, and they were successful. Jaeger's off blue stairs now. 2 playing in server though still. I'm assuming this is to help the Thermite out in dirt, and Ash has taken a lot of HP all of a sudden.
And nothing.
And
Oh, and that is
okay.
the Thermite down. Oh no! They do still have the
Enter.
Habana, and the hatch is being opened. Ash is also very low. Jaeger running out. That is also diffuser down in tunnel. There's no way the defenders know that, but that is a problem for the attackers.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
They got the bomb. Ash rotating all the way around. That is a lot of time being burnt. Uh-oh. And Mozzie will come out on top of that gunfight. Great shot by Simple. This is now a 5v3 in favor of the defenders. Only 30 seconds left on the clock, and Smoke has just thrown his first gas canister. That is absolutely only his first one. Jaeger will be down, traded by Jackal. But Jackal's gonna be forced to drop through the smoke grenade. They don't have anyone in place. Habana dropped right into a shotgun. And it is now all on Ash.
5 seconds left.
She gets one, but it is not enough. FG will be taking
Operators,
home
you have run out of
all
time.
3 points. 7-5 in the favor of FG. Now we will get Monkey in here for a quick interview. Monkey, don't forget to include your audio.
Already included. Thank you.
First things first, GG's. That was a very hard game, very hard fought game.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, first thing I'm going to ask you is that open area defense that Dyer had. Because that definitely seemed to be, at least the first time they pulled it out, definitely seemed to catch you guys off guard. But then, the sort of the second round, you were able to, pretty much dismantle it. And then the third round was no different. You just were able, you just seem to have just gotten their number on that site. Do you want to put a little thought behind that, or what you saw, or how you decided to adapt to that?
Yeah, so definitely the first time when they went there, you can say it was definitely a surprise. When we knew what they were doing, we just wasted too much time. That was the main thing, just too much time wasting. So what we did was, I told my team, let's adjust. Let's try to push from the backside, see how they work with that. Because all they were doing was the exact same plays in archives. All we had to do is pretty much push square. That's exactly what we did. We pushed square. I told Sweet, hey, let's get this wall and let's get this plant down as fast as possible. And it worked. It definitely worked out for the best of us. So definitely appreciate the team for holding on.
Absolutely, and I definitely agree with the time wasted. There were several rounds early in the game where all of a sudden I noticed you were down to like your last 30, 40 seconds, and Smoke still had all of his canisters.
Yeah, definitely the comms on that were had to put him in shape. The team had to snap out of it. That's why when it came to that 1-3 lead on them, we had to snap out of it. So.
And then coming out on defense and just, coming out like Bank comparatively to other competitive maps is more attacker favored than some other ones. It's definitely a little bit closer to the 50-50 mark than some of the other maps. And on defense, you guys just made it look easy. Those first few rounds, you made it look real easy. Then the rehost happened, and on that archives defense, Dyer just kind of came in and just... What happened? What happened? Did the rehost get to you?
Kind of not the rehost. It's the more of the when people try to rehost on us, they try to kill the morale, which is understandable. For that situation, what they did was we had the morale still, but they tried to switch it up and rebuild the morale on their side. That's why they tried to surprise us with a rush. For us, it was a surprise at the beginning, but kind of not really, because of the fact that we just wanted to pretty much forget the round. We knew that archives we're not going to win it. It's an off-site. So we're like, listen, we have CEO still after this, and we have lockers. Let's try to focus on those and take control of that and initiate that, and that's what we did. We took control, and we tried to shut it down as fast as we can. On defense, when we first started to dominate, it definitely showed that, defensive for us, we were waiting for it. Bank is a map that we wanted, and we wanted defense first, and they gave it the opposite to us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Beach, do you have any questions, my friend? Any questions? Or
yes, I do. First of all, good game, Monkey. That was amazing. You guys, that was an intense game. We had a lot of fun. I know Loopy literally died. So we definitely had a lot of fun casting it. But the 3 attack wins and the 4 defense wins, you guys early bounce attack. I would say, what would you prioritize on this map? Getting the defenses done, or like getting it sorted out on attack?
Pretty much the biggest milestone, I'll have to say, will be our attacking, just because of how Skywalker and Simple were coming back and just making sure they clutched around. And once they got that first clutch, again, when we were down 1-3, they got the clutch. That was when the morale kicked up, and that's when I feel like that was a milestone, because if they did not start that off, we would probably have been still losing this game. We would have been down by a big deficit. So I definitely appreciate them for catching that flame and making sure that we all had the flame.
clutches are great for that. Like you know,
Yep.
just that morale boost and that feeling of just like definitely one of the best feelings in the world.
They're definitely tide changers. Yeah.
So I think that's it from us. So Monkey, I'm assuming you know the drill at this point.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it. So I'm gonna just pretty much shout out you guys. Thank you guys for casting this game. I know it's been a busy one, so I appreciate you guys having the time to cast. Everybody in the collective supporting, Farside, man. I definitely appreciate everyone, guys, and everyone else in the Farside community. I appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully made you proud today. As well for the team. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for working hard day in day and coming into Bank of a map that we've been training hard day out day in, and coming back into it. Of course, Skywalker. Simple, Tom coming as always, man, and then Sweet Flips coming in the clutch when he get the chance. It was amazing seeing you guys play and just watching it happen. So definitely appreciate everybody, guys, and of course our coach Pride for keeping us up, keeping us going.
Absolutely. Tune in for this weekend. There are going to be a lot of great games, as well as tomorrow, which is not technically a weekend, but keep coming back, everyone. It'll be great. I've been Loopy, and this has been my co-host Beach. We say goodnight.
Everybody.